Hey everyone, I am Jenny.
I'm Jesse.
And we are Outside is Calling.
Thanks for tuning in, and today we have a super awesome announcement. This is big news for us. So, big news, drum roll. Ready? We're buying a house! That's a big deal. With buying a house, though, it means we've got a lot of work to do. So the first thing that's going to happen is literally tomorrow, this beautiful woman is going to drop my butt off at the airport, and my butt is going to fly to Oregon.
Yeah.
We have a storage unit where after we sold our home, we still had some possessions we didn't want to part with. We got rid of a lot of stuff. In fact, I'll try to link a video. I've never done it before. I'll try to link a video about us moving and selling stuff somewhere here in the video up top, I guess. So long story short, we need to get our stuff out of the storage unit and bring it back down south. So tomorrow I fly out to Oregon. I've already reserved a Penske truck. In fact, towards the end of the video, I'm going to share with you guys a bunch of tips I learned. I feel that I negotiated a pretty killer deal for both a moving truck and a car transport to haul my old car back on. And so I'll share with you how I kind of negotiated and used the different moving companies against each other to kind of get a killer deal. At least I feel it's a pretty good deal. Yeah. I might be getting screwed, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Unfortunately, this is a necessary evil because we did make the choice to keep some of our stuff in storage, which is, right, that's a huge choice to make as an RVer. A lot of people have questions about that. We don't have the right answer. We just thought we made the choice that worked best for us at the time, but now I'm kind of scrambling to go across the entire country again. I don't know how many times it's been this year, but Jesse has to do it one more time to go get our stuff.
Well, the good thing, at least it's not winter time.
So, if you have any good vibes, send them to Jesse for his drive home, please.
Yeah, it's worth it though. 2 cents about being financially responsible. We know that a storage unit is a cost, but the goods we had, we didn't want to part with. There are some valuable things we had, and so it was worth it to keep it in storage for a year. However, now that we're buying a house, it's time to pull the plug, rip the Band-Aid off. I don't want to fly to Oregon. I definitely don't want to drive back from Oregon, but every month we leave stuff in storage is one more month we're paying storage fees.
Yeah, and now, before you ask, we did look into pods and things like that where people would move things for us, but with the car, it was just a little bit too complicated. Yeah,
at the end of the day, having pods and having people move stuff for us would be double to triple the cost of me just going up there and driving this thing back. So in the name of being financially responsible and trying to keep things cheap, I'll be behind the wheel for over 3,000 miles. Yeah. But I'm gonna do it as fast as I can and get back here quick because we're excited. We're closing on a house in just over a week from now, and then the real fun and the work begins.
Hey, look at that. There you go. Woo! Is that heavy? That's big, huh?
As Jesse mentioned, he's going to go over all the numbers for moving our stuff and what's going to go into that at the end of the video.
Yeah, so stay tuned. I'll do that next. In fact, another little side point, I was going to rent a car. I was going to get an Enterprise, whatever, a rental car, drive that to the storage units where they have a U-Haul, et cetera, et cetera. Long story short, another way I found to save some money, because when you take a rental car from A to B and don't return it to A, they charge extra fees. So instead, I'm going to just get the moving truck nearby the airport. I'll get an Uber to the moving company, and I'll be driving a moving truck through downtown Portland as I head out to where our storage unit is. But it's saving us money, it's cheaper, and it'll be worth it in the end.
Yeah, so if you have a move in your near future, stay tuned for those numbers.
Okay, I'm back. Jenny had to take off because little crazy wild man Tucker is awake, so she's off taking care of Tucker.
I know. Like it's a chicken wing.
I can't do it.
I do want to share with you just some lessons learned about renting a moving truck and how I went about saving some money while I did that. So the first thing I did, I just went online roughly about a week ago,
and I just went online and figured out all their base numbers. So I did, the move from A to B, and I got on each of the websites from the main moving companies, they would give you kind of an estimate. The big three out of Portland, Oregon were Penske, U-Haul, and Budget. The moving trucks ranged anywhere from $1,100 to almost $1,600 for the moving truck for a 15 or 16 foot truck. And then the trailers were all about $420. And keep in mind, this is for a 3,000 mile move. So if those of you have a different distance, the numbers will probably be different, but there's a pretty big range there. Most of these moving companies want your business, so they will compete with other companies' prices. So Budget, the cheapest one here is Budget at $1,100. The bad news is after I bought my plane ticket and I went to update the actual date of picking up the truck, the prices shot up about $400 at all three of these moving company places. So it went from $1,100 being the cheapest to $1,500 being the cheapest. We have used Penske in the past. They typically have newer trucks, and we had a great experience, so we figured we'd use them again. We'd heard both mixed reviews about U-Haul and Budget. So we wanted to go with Penske, but we needed them to bring their price way down. So Penske, they had their truck for $1,630. Just a few years before that, they had it at $1,230. So I went to them and said, hey, I see you have this truck, the 16-foot truck, and Budget over here has a truck for $1,100. And also on top of that, Budget was running, they currently have a 20% off code. If you go with Budget in the next couple weeks, it's 20DIS is the code for 20% off. Nonetheless, I said, hey, Budget, right now, their truck on sale is $979. I said, I know that's a pretty big difference from your $1,630 price, but what can you guys do? And they actually came down about $500 like that. And when I mentioned I also needed a car hauler, they brought that down as well. So at the end, I got the truck and the trailer for $1,415. So just over $1,400, which is $200 less than the advertised price for just the truck alone. So it's still $1,400, still a lot of money, but had I not negotiated, it would have been $2,060. So that's $600 I just saved, which means that much more money can go to fuel, and we'll save that much more money in the end. I guess the biggest takeaway with this is just know that these companies want your business, and if you go to them with some pretty legit numbers, they typically, in my experience, will negotiate with you as much as they can. Don't be afraid to also, play tough. Mention if you're military, mention if you have AAA, if you're, Good Sam, any of those types of clubs, they do often give discounts for those as well, even if it's not advertised. I found out that even though Penske, they did have a 10% off code, but they also had a better discount for AAA members, I found out. So there's always other options out there, and they won't give it to you unless you ask for it.
All right. You can't make this stuff up. I arrived to Portland. The flight on the way here was an hour late because it's a maintenance problem, so that's unavoidable. I arrived in Portland, and the checked bag that I had with a firearm got lost, which is kind of a big deal.
We're here at the title company. We're gonna sign papers to close on our second house together. We're at Island, another house in Florida. What are we doing?
All right, we're signing away.
That's it, congratulations.
Thanks for tuning in. As I said, we look forward to seeing you guys next time.